Have you ever wondered how one of the world's strongest economies collapsed overnight? Imagine the sheer magnitude of the US housing market crash, a convulsion so powerful it sent shockwaves through the global economy. The ripples of this financial tsunami are still felt today. It is crucial that we comprehend these occurrences. Why? Because by understanding the past, we arm ourselves with knowledge to prevent similar catastrophes in the future. So, what exactly happened that led to this economic catastrophe? To understand the crash, we need to rewind to the events that led up to it. Let's take a journey back to the early 2000s, a period marked by an unprecedented housing boom. Homes were being bought and sold at an alarming rate, prices skyrocketed, and the dream of homeownership was within reach for many Americans. But behind this boom was a ticking time bomb: the rise of subprime mortgages. These were loans given to people with poor credit ratings, folks who wouldn't typically qualify for a traditional loan. The idea was to provide an opportunity for these individuals to own a home. However, the risk associated with these loans was high. As the early 2000s rolled on, these subprime mortgages were bundled together and sold as mortgage-backed securities. Large financial institutions bought these securities drawn by the high returns. But they were playing with fire. These securities were tied to the risky subprime mortgages, and if people defaulted on their loans, the securities would plummet in value. And that's exactly what happened. As the mid-2000s approached, the housing market began to cool off. Home prices started to fall, and many homeowners found themselves unable to pay their mortgages. The housing bubble had burst, and the securities tied to these mortgages lost their value. And so, the bubble burst, leading to the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. Now that we've gone through the timeline, what are the key points to remember? Firstly, the perilous lending practices. These risky ventures, driven by greed and short-term gains, set the stage for a catastrophe. They planted the seeds of a crisis that would soon spiral out of control. Secondly, the role of financial institutions is not to be overlooked. Their reckless behavior and lack of oversight contributed significantly to this crisis. They played a dangerous game, one that left millions in financial ruin. Thirdly, the impact of the crash on homeowners and the wider economy was devastating. Many lost their homes, their jobs, their life savings. The ripple effects were felt far beyond the housing market, crippling economies worldwide. I implore you to delve deeper into these topics. Understanding the past is crucial to preventing future calamities. The more we know, the better prepared we are. Remember, a well-informed public is the best defense against economic disasters. Stay informed, stay ahead.